A very interesting thread storing Anita, 25 years old, beautiful and calm. Ravan, 27 years old, the man who knows what he want, period. Anthony, 55 years old, a father who want the best for her children. Every parent can relate to that. Lena, 52 years, a mother who feel the pain and the broken heart of her daughters. Anita stood close, her voice soft but steady. Ravan, please be patient. You know my dad doesn't like you. Let's give it time. His jaw tightened, eyes clouded with hurt. How much time, Anita? Every day feels like I'm hiding in the shadows, like I'm something you're ashamed of. She reached for his hand, her voice shaky. You're not. You're the best thing in my life. But if I push too soon, he'll shut the door on us completely. I need him to see you the way I do. And what if he never does? Ravan asked, his chest rising slowly with a sigh. Her throat tightened. She didn't have an answer. The silence between them grew heavy, broken only by the distant sound of rain against the window. Then, I'll have to choose. The rain had stopped, but the air inside Anthony's home was still heavy. The faint smell of roasted plantain drifted from the kitchen, where Lena was setting the table. Anthony sat in his armchair, newspaper in hand, his reading glasses sliding low on his nose. Anita stood near the hallway, wringing her fingers. The front door creaked. Ravan stepped in, his shirt damp from the drizzle, his face set with quiet determination. Lena glanced up, surprised. Oh, Arvan. You didn't say you were coming, Lena said. Who is it? Anthony asked without looking up. Dad, it's Arvan, Anita said gently. Anthony lowered the paper slowly, his eyes locking onto Arvan like a hunter sighting prey. And what is he doing here? Sir, I came because I believe it's time we spoke. I'm not here to disrespect you. You've already disrespected me by being here without my invitation, Anthony cut in sharply. Anthony, let the boy speak, Lena said softly. Anthony's jaw tightened, but he gestured stiffly for Irvan to continue. I care about your daughter. I know I'm not wealthy. I know I don't come from the kind of family you'd hope for. But I'm working hard, and I want to be honest with you. Honest? Were you honest when you crept around behind my back? My daughter is a university graduate. You sell phone accessories in a roadside shop. Anthony snapped. Dad, I love him. This isn't about money. Anita stepped forward, her voice trembling but steady. Everything is about money. Love doesn't pay bills. Anthony slammed the newspaper down. The room went still. Lena's eyes darted between them, torn. Ravan's fists clenched at his sides, but he held his tongue. If you truly care for her, Irvan, stay away. Earn my respect first. Until then, you're not welcome in my house. Ravan met Anita's tearful gaze. His voice was low, almost breaking. Then I'll prove you wrong, sir. He turned and walked out into the fading light, leaving Anita standing frozen in the center of the room, her heart pounding. The hum of quiet conversation filled the dimly lit restaurant. A ceiling fan spun lazily above, the scent of spicy jollof rice and grilled chicken heavy in the air. Anita and Ravan sat at a small corner table by the window, 2 untouched plates between them. So, that went exactly how I thought it would, Ravan said, breaking the silence. You don't have to be sarcastic, Anita replied softly. I'm just saying, Anita, your father made it clear. He doesn't want me around. And maybe he's right. Maybe we're just forcing something that... Don't say that. You think I care about what car you drive or how much you earn. I'm with you because you see me. You believe in me. not because of what you have in your pocket. Ravan looked at her, his eyes softening. And I want to keep believing we can make this work, but I'm tired, Anita. Every time I think about the future, all I see is your father standing at the door, blocking it. Then we'll find another door, Anita said, reaching across the table to take his hand. And if every door is locked, we'll break one open. Anita leaned against the kitchen doorway, her face shadowed with worry. It's about Dad, she said. What has he done this time? Lena asked, slicing vegetables. It's not just this time. It's every time I try to talk to him about Ravan. He shuts me down before I can even finish a sentence. Mum, you know Ravan. You've spoken to him. He's not who Dad thinks he is. I know he's a decent boy, Anita. But your father? He's stubborn. Once he sets his mind on something, moving him is like pushing a mountain, Lena replied. That's why I need you. You're the only one he listens to when he's calm. Please, Mum, talk to him for me. You really care for this boy, don't you? Lena asked gently. More than I've ever cared for anyone, Anita whispered. Lena brushed a loose braid from Anita's cheek. All right, I'll try. But even if I speak to him, your father's change of heart may take time. Anthony sat at the head of the table, arms crossed, his eyes hard. Move from there. Can't you see I'm watching? When you married Mum, did you have money? Anita cut in. What kind of nonsense question is that? Answer me. Did you? I had enough to take care of her. That's what matters, Anthony replied. No, Dad. You didn't have much. Mum told me. You were still renting a single room, working long hours, saving every kobo. You didn't have a car. You didn't even own a fridge. That was a different time. Different? Or have you just forgotten what it's like to start with nothing? It's true, Anthony. We didn't have much when we started, Lena added. So why can't you believe Ravan can do the same? Why can't you trust that I'm making a choice just like you did when you chose Mum? Because I know how hard it was. I don't want you to suffer the way we did. Anthony slammed his palm on the table. And maybe I'm willing to take that risk with someone I love, Anita said, her voice breaking but steady. Lena placed a hand on Anthony's arm. Don't let your fear steal her happiness. Anthony sat in his armchair by the window, already dressed for the day, though his tie hung loose. She's young, Lena. She doesn't understand how hard life can get. Love is sweet in the beginning, but when the bills pile up, what then? You asked the same questions about yourself when we first married. You didn't have all the answers, Anthony. You just worked. And we figured it out together, Lena said. But what if she's wrong? Then she learns, just like we did. And if she's right, you'll have pushed away a good man for nothing. Anthony nodded once, slowly a small sign that his resolve was starting to bend. I've been thinking about your relationship with my daughter. I still have my doubts, but I'm willing to give you a chance to prove yourself, Anthony said to Ravan when they met again. If you want to marry my daughter, you will work for me. In my company, you'll start at the bottom, no favors. I'll see for myself if you have the discipline and determination to take care of a family. Sir, with respect, I already have my own work. I run my shop. I'm building something for myself, Ravan replied. Then you can build here. If you want her hand, you'll meet my conditions. If not, you can walk away now. I respect you, sir, but I won't give up my dreams just to fit into yours, Ravan said quietly but firmly. 1 week later, the rain hammered against the roof as Anthony sat alone on the couch. Lena walked in. It's been a week, Anthony. Have you even asked how Anita is? She's barely eating. You may think you're protecting her, but you're pushing her away. Before Anthony could respond, the front door opened. Anita walked in, wet from the rain. And behind her was Ravan, equally soaked but standing tall. Because I've thought about what you said. I won't give up my business, but I will prove to you that I can be the man Anita deserves. Not because you doubt me, but because she believes in me, Ravan said, placing a folder on the table. You said you wanted to see if I could take care of a family. Here's my proof. Anthony studied him in silence. You're stubborn. So are you, Ravan replied. You love this man? Anthony asked Anita. With everything in me. Anthony looked back at Ravan. Then don't ever make me regret this. He extended his hand, and after a long moment, Anthony took it, firm, testing, but accepting. The compound was alive with music and laughter 1 year later. Anita and Ravan danced together, her head resting lightly on his shoulder. Anthony stood with a drink in hand, watching quietly. You see, they're happy, Lena said, joining him. He's proved himself, more than I expected, Anthony replied. Later, Anthony pulled Ravan aside. You've taken care of her well. I was wrong about you. You weren't wrong, sir. You were just cautious, Ravan said with a smile. Anthony chuckled, clapping him on the shoulder. Keep proving me right from now on. Anita slipped her hand into Ravan's, and together they walked back toward the celebration. The music swelling, the sky painted gold and crimson. For Anthony, the sight was no longer a challenge to his authority. It was his legacy in motion.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more content.